Hello, welcome to You've Seen It Before, movie reviews, connections in mind. Well, here we are in 2025, and we're going to do things a little bit differently, or at least for a little while. We'll see if this works out well. I am introducing a brand new grading system for movies and TV shows that I review on the channel. I've been sticking with letter grades for the past, 7 or 8 years, and I think it's time for a change. It's something I've been working on for a while. And that is what I like to call the scale of unoriginality, because like my channel says, there is nothing new under the sun, and you have seen it before. So really, what we're looking at is how unoriginal something is. And just because something is unoriginal doesn't make it bad, but it is something to keep in mind as we go forward. And with that scale, we start, we're going to go off the weight system, whereas larger numbers are what you want to avoid, obviously. And so we start with 0, and we are at wholly original. And like I said, there is nothing new under the sun. And it's 0 because, really, what weighs 0? Basically nothing. This is a true unicorn. It's going to be basically impossible to be wholly original in this. If a movie does show this, I'm going to be very much surprised. But moving on, the vast majority of a lot of these movies are going to be on the sliding scale, and next up is mostly original. This is going to be pretty much the best score a movie can reasonably expect to receive. Moving along, we got kinda original, which is respectable given the state of creative bankruptcy that is in Hollywood these days. Original enough is a passing grade, but nothing really to be proud of. Less than original is basically, you've seen it before, but it could be worse. Then we get into the sliding scale of less and less original. And some of these might be somewhat redundant, but this is just going to shake things up here. So after less than original, we have reworked scripts. Basically, it's the same puzzle assembled in a different order. Next up is homage doesn't fly. You know your inspiration is supposed to be a jumping off point, not a destination, right? Next is, this looks really familiar, like Clark Kent resembling Superman, familiar. Next is citation needed, and we got the the Black Knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail there because you don't have a leg to stand on. Next is liberal borrowing. It's not theft, people don't recognize it, right? That's where we're going for. Next to last is photocopy. And this is the second to last because while it is essentially a copy of another movie, there are subtle flaws and subtle differences in there inherent to making a copy that's just barely different enough. And then last and worst of all is straight up plagiarism. You have an appointment with your professor and the professional etiquette officer at noon, buddy. So we'll see how this goes on. It's going to be a fun ride to see. I may not stick with this for forever, but this is going to be a fun experiment, and I hope you enjoy this grading scale in my videos going forward. And until next time, there is nothing new under the sun, and yes, you have seen it before.